Hello, friends, and welcome back to Movies, Munchies, and Moscato. I am Rhonda.
And I am Rochelle.
And we're just a couple of friends who love movies, television, and wine. So if that is something that interests you, please stick around and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Now it's time for movie news, reviews, and pop culture discussion. So Tiger King is coming back to Netflix with season 2 later this year. Apparently there was so much footage that they still had that they can turn it into some more episodes. So another season it is.
Of just insane,
just
craziness.
crazy. I think it's going to focus on, some of the other people in
Carol
that world
Baskin.
that you didn't see other than just him and Carol Baskin. So anyway, I still haven't watched it. It wasn't something I really cared to see. So y'all out there who liked it, just know there's more to come. The third movie in the Fantastic Beasts franchise will premiere April 15th of next year.
What?
And they have named it Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore. So that's something to look forward to for next April.
Oh, let's hope it happens.
All right. Oh, it will. I think they're just about done filming that.
Gosh,
I've next year.
Waiting for years.
John Boyega, who is best or most known from the more recent Star Wars movies, has joined the Woman King movie alongside Viola Davis and Lashana Lynch, who's going to soon be seen in No Time to Die. So this is a movie inspired by true events in Africa in the 18th and 19th centuries and the general of an all-female military unit. So this actually sounds interesting. I like all three actor and actresses, so I think that might be interesting. I can't wait till they do a little trailer about that.
Oh, yeah,
exactly
that'll be great.
Lori Loughlin is going back to acting with Hallmark Channel's When Hope Calls. Now, this is a spin-off of When Calls the Heart, which is the show she was on before she was let go due to her legal trouble. But this new series will premiere in January of next year.
That is just, it does surprise me that the Hallmark Channel, of all places, is going to welcome her back with open arms. After, let's see, how long was she in jail?
Maybe 2 months.
Yeah.
I want to say it was 2 months. I think that their whole thing was just take care of it and you served your time, so it's like, we're good now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Interesting.
So.
I mean, and her daughter is on Dancing with the Stars. It's like,
oh, that's true. Yeah.
Wow, the things people forgive. And what we don't. But that's cool. I haven't seen Felicity Huffman in anything since her time in jail.
She did do one thing, but I can't remember what it was, and I didn't see it. But yeah, I know she's done one thing since.
Okay, well that's good news.
Yeah, hopefully there'll be some more. Law and Order, the original Law and Order, is coming back for its 21st season. So they have decided to pick up where they left off and are working on trying to get the cast back from that time for a limited season of 10 episodes. So yeah, they're trying to get, I think it's Sam Waterston, I think he was the DA. Actually, you may be able to get Anthony Anderson because his show Blackish is ending. He was on there at the time.
Oh.
It was Jeremy Sisto, but I think he's on FBI now, so I don't know. They might have a hard time getting some of those people, but I guess we'll see. If it's a limited season, they may be able to squeeze it in between other things those actors are doing, so I guess we'll see where it goes. But I think that's interesting. They decided to do that. It's so random to me.
That is kind
of
interesting.
so random to me, but okay, let's give it a go. The Real World Homecoming has been renewed for seasons 2 and 3 on Paramount. So there's no word yet, though, on which old cast they will reunite next. So the first season was all about the original New York cast coming back together now as adults, all these years later. So it did well enough. I enjoyed watching it. It was cool to see them, as full-fledged adults and with kids and what's happened with them since. And revisiting different scenes or things that happened where they watch the video and then react to them again. So, yeah, we'll see what next cast they do. I mean, it makes sense to try maybe just keep going throughout the season. So the next season was the LA cast. We'll try and see if we can get LA to come back and do some things. So,
well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I used to like that when it first came out, but I haven't, then it just got too weird for me, so. But.
Yeah, I watched until, I want to say it was season 5, which was the Las Vegas year. And after that is when I dropped it, so. Yeah, if they can be the people up till then I'll know who they are and I would care. But anybody after that, I'd be like, oh.
Right.
So we'll see.
Yep.
The Witcher has been renewed for season 3 on Netflix. Ahead of season 2 even coming out, which is in December, so that's awesome. We love that show. Looking forward to it. I'll say sex/live because it is sex live, not your sex life. Anyway, has been renewed for season 2. So good news for all those who watched it. I mean, I did watch it. It was okay for me. It did on a cliffhanger, so it's good they're coming back to kind of answer the question that it was left with when that ended. So yeah, we shall see what happens next. She's just
I've never seen any of it.
It's just a selfish character, so I don't. That's not really that turned me off of it, but
yeah.
But you know, it had its good steamy moments, I guess. And then some of you may have seen, but Netflix had this global fan event they called To Doom that aired over the weekend, and so I just wanted to mention some things that it was informing us about. So we had Stranger Things news finally. They had a little teaser out for season 4. It will be out in 2022.
And it looks scary.
Yeah,
it does. It looks good.
It looks very
better
creepy,
than this last one.
So something to look forward to. Of course, no month of next year, but I'm just gonna put it out there and say it's gonna be like February or March because it's already been so long. They're about done filming, so I think it'll probably be like February, March, so not too long into the new year. And we also have Ozark season 4.
Yay!
Also in 2022, and for some reason they've decided to split this into parts 1 and 2, unfortunately for the last season, so that's dumb, but hey. just show it all at once. Just show it's fine.
Right. I don't know why they're dragging it out.
Don't split it into 2, but we also saw a little teaser on that, and that looked, they're still in their quandary out there in good old Mexico.
Exactly.
with their new boss. And we won't say what happened, but if you'd watch season 3, you know how it ended, and basically it's a pickup from right where it ended in season 3 of what they're doing in that little teaser. So there's that. We have Red Notice. It's a movie with Dwayne Johnson, Gal Gadot, and Ryan Reynolds. It's coming out in November. It's like it's
Yay.
a good action movie with some comedy, of course, because Ryan's in it. We also had The Harder They Fall. This is it's a Western movie with an all-black cast. That'll come out in November. It has Regina King, Idris Elba, Lakeith Stanfield.
Sounds like a
Zazie
great cast.
Beetz. Yeah, it sounds really awesome. I'm not even into Westerns, but I will watch this because of who's in it. So, we also have the second movie of Extraction. This was the movie with Chris Hemsworth that came out last year, during the start of the pandemic. Never watched it, but if you guys did, apparently it did leave on a cliffhanger, so they're here to finish it up for you, folks. So
Extraction?
Extraction, then we also have The Old Guard #2. This was a movie with Charlize Theron that I did watch. I did enjoy it, and so that is coming up for part 2. That's a movie that can honestly keep going for because of the basis of it, which is that she is someone who can't die. She's someone who's put on this earth to protect it, and so because of that, she can't die. So it really could just keep going and going and going. Anyway. Then we have The Umbrella Academy season 3 that will finally premiere in 2022. Unfortunately, no answers were given as to what exactly is going to happen in season 2. It wasn't really addressed on how they're going to, with Ellen now being Elliot. I don't know if we're just going to pretend that didn't happen with her, becoming a man, or if they'll just address it on the show or not. My guess is they're not even going to address it. They're just going to pretend that she's been, a man this whole time on the show. That's my guess.
Okay.
But we'll see. The cast was basically answering questions just about their personal favorites on things like who's your favorite co-star, things like that. That was what they teased during this event. So unfortunately, no answers though onto any story or anything like that. Then what I thought was the funniest thing is this new thing called The Floor is Lava. Yes, folks, it's that thing you used to play as a child where you'd hop from thing to thing in your home and not touch the ground because you'd be out or you die. Was it the point that you'd just be out or that you technically die?
Usually you were out, but then because you died.
Right.
You were burned up.
Right. So Netflix's version, is with just random celebrities, and it's like a little mousetrap maze, and then the floor though. Look, they made it look like lava with some food coloring. It looks all sticky, jello-y, Double Dare style looking type of. You guys remember that show? Anyway, it looked really fun. They did a little teaser with the home edit people and some people from Too Hot to Handle and Selling Sunset, to show you what it would be about. So I just thought I was laughing. It was just hilarious watching them fall off onto things and not to get. I guess it kind of reminded me of a mini version of Wipeout, like I said, with the difference, but with not as big a scale as things.
Oh my gosh, I love that show.
Right? We also have the next season of Selling Sunset coming out, for those who like that reality show. Also, Murder Mystery Movie #2. That was the one that came out also last year with Jennifer Aniston and Adam Sandler as a married couple, and they end up solving a murder when they're on vacation. So I really enjoyed it, and they're coming out with another one. Yay!
Oh, that's good.
That'll be next year. They're also doing a prequel movie to the Army of the Dead movie that came out actually just earlier this year, called Army of Thieves. Now, you guys might remember, but I did watch it. I gave it only 2 stars. It just wasn't that entertaining to me.
Well, that's interesting. They're going to do a sequel.
Right? It must have got really good ratings and stuff. The reviews, I remember being mixed from different people I read about, but... And the character that's in the prequel is one of the better characters from the movie, so I'll give him that. That may actually work since it's focused on the funnier dude of the group and how he came to get into this situation that he's in the sequel. So in the prequel, the pandemic, not the pandemic, but the zombie apocalypse is just starting. So I'll probably watch it just because, like I said, he was one character that was neat. The movie itself was just like kind of blah. It wasn't scary. It wasn't that inventive. It was just like, okay. So
it was just 2 stars.
I'll give it
2 white corks.
Yeah, I might. So I'll start watching. If it doesn't grab me within 30 minutes, I will just stop. I won't even try and just get through it just because I will stop watching it. Then we have Bridgerton. Yay! Bridgerton season 2 coming out not till next year. So it's going to be a whole full year and a half since the last one before we get to see it. But watching the little teaser of it, I think the new couple is so cute. So it's focusing on Anthony, who was the older brother. He's the man of the house now since their father died, and he's now on a search for a wife. So I think it's going to be so cool. I just really enjoyed the first one. There's so many people out there with the high ratings and top.
Yeah, it did. It got really good ratings. I still have yet to see it all.
Yeah.
So
keep watching.
Okay.
It's fun. We also have Emily in Paris season 2 that comes out this December, which is awesome because I know they just barely started filming that last month, so they're they're whipping that one out actually quite fast.
Huh.
And unfortunately, I should say fortunately, you have The Crown season 5 coming out finally, but that is not until November of next year, guys. November.
Who does that?
I don't know why it's going to take so long to do that, but unfortunately, it's November of next year.
And who's playing the Queen?
It's Imelda Staunton. She played Professor Umbridge in Harry Potter.
That's right.
Oh, that very, very mean woman. But we love the actress. So, but yes, that character was just so cool. Movies and TV shows out this week. We have Venom #2, which is called Let There Be Carnage. This is in theaters and it stars Tom Hardy, Woody Harrelson, and Michelle Williams. So after finding a host body, an investigative reporter, Eddie Brock, the alien symbiote, must face a new enemy, Carnage, the alter ego of serial killer Cletus Cassidy, which is just the best villain name ever. And, Woody Harrelson is playing him, so that's always cool. It gives us, what was he a villain in that back in the day? It was that Natural Born Killers.
Oh yeah, yes.
Gives you that
Woody
vibe.
Harrelson's such a diverse actor anyway.
Right, that's true. So I'm actually seeing this evening, so I will give you a lovely review next week on it.
Okay.
Next up, we have The Many Saints of Newark. This is in theaters and also HBO Max, and the stars Michael Gandolfini, John Bernthal, Ray Liotta, and Vera Farmiga. So a young Anthony Soprano is growing up in one of the most tumultuous eras in Newark, New Jersey history, becoming a man just as rival gangsters start to rise up and challenge the all-powerful DeMeo crime family. Caught up in changing times is the uncle he idolizes, Dickie Malzanati, whose influence over his nephew will help shape the impressionable young teenager into the all-powerful mob boss, Tony Soprano. And so for those who don't know, the late James Gandolfini's son, Michael, is playing him in this version, and he looks so much like him, so it's awesome.
Yeah, he does.
And it does look really good, so I'll most likely watch it on HBO Max, because I'm sure I've said this before, I wasn't a fan of the original, never really watched it, but this one looks good.
Do you like mob movies?
Yeah, normally I do, which is why I'm not sure why I never got into this one, but I normally do.
Yeah, I can see that.
So
it's kind of like, what is the one, the bad...
I'm like, it's not Bad Boys. So what are you talking about?
No, the one that everybody loves. with the drugs, with the dude who makes the drugs.
Oh, Breaking Bad?
Breaking Bad.
Oh, okay.
Yes. It's kind of one of those. Like, I could never get into Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah, me
but
neither.
Everybody loves that.
Yeah,
show.
me neither. I never got into that either. Or its spin-off, Better Call Saul, I think it's called.
Better Call Saul. Yeah.
Nope, none of that.
I know.
The Addams Family #2. This is the follow-up to the animated movie that came out about 2 years ago. So it has the voices of Charlize Theron as Morticia. And then you also have Oscar Isaac and Chloe Grace Moretz. So hoping to get closer as a family, Gomez, Morticia, and the rest of the Addams clan embark on an adventurous road trip in a hideous and humongous camper. Just sounds so fun. I mean, they are cute movies. I've seen a little bit of the first Addams Family animated movie, and of course I saw the live action back in the day. But yeah, they're just fun. I'm looking forward to that Wednesday Addams series Netflix is doing live action. That should be coming out next year as well. So. Lastly, we have The Guilty. This is on Netflix. It's a movie on Netflix with Jake Gyllenhaal, Paul Dano, Riley Keough, and Ethan Hawke. And this is about a troubled police detective demoted to 911 operator duty scrambles to save a distressed caller during a harrowing day of revelations and reckonings. So this looks good.
That one actually sounds right up my alley. Yeah.
Yeah, tight thriller. A lot of it is, spent with him on the phone, so... Which can work and sometimes it doesn't work, but most likely it'll probably work because he is a good actor. So
yeah,
we'll have
I
to
agree.
Have to see how that looks.
Ooh.
So what we've been watching this week, I watched this movie called Intrusion on Netflix. It had Frida Pinto, from like Slumdog Millionaire fame, and then Logan Marshall Green, who's done too many things to think of, but I liked him really well in Upgrade, which was this crazy AI movie that if you guys haven't seen it, you really should check it out. I just watched it on demand at the time, but I'm sure you can find it wherever now. Anyway, they play a couple who are in their dream house. They moved out of Boston into the suburbs, and it's just weird things are happening. Someone breaks in, and the wife is basically trying to figure out exactly what's going on, why they broke in, and everything. But it's just it was one of those things where she kept doing dumb things, and I just wanted to pull my hair out because it's it just needed to be a little tighter in the storyline. She just kept doing things you didn't understand, so it took me into Lifetime movie territory, which I no longer like to watch. I mean, that was back in the day. So
you don't like to watch it anymore?
I mean, I'll still watch their Christmas movies. I mean, I'm not, I'm not a monster.
I was worried about that for a second.
But I mean, as far as their normal everyday,
yeah,
the babysitter killer type of movie, I'm good. And so this is unfortunately what it reminded me of. So it wasn't that great. It was a short 90-minute show. So if you just want something to quickly watch, to take your mind off of something, it's good for that. But I honestly only rate it 2 wine corks on that one. So do with that what you will. And then I also checked out the new Wonder Years on ABC, and I watched it on Hulu. So this is a remake of the TV show from the late 90s, or maybe it was mid-90s actually, sorry, that starred Fred Savage back in the day. So this time it's from a black family's perspective in the 60s, and they're in Alabama. And so it just does a really good job about straddling comedy, because it's supposed to be a comedy series, against what's really happening in the world at that time period. So when the premiere starts, Martin Luther King Jr. has just been assassinated, so they're kind of dealing with that, as well as just normal 12-year-old growing pains in this recently segregated school in the South. So I really liked it. It was good. I do recommend checking it out.
Good. So. Okay.
And then lastly, I checked out the other new show called Our Kind of People. This is on Fox, and I also watched this on Hulu. So this stars Yaya DaCosta, who was formerly on Chicago Med, and she is just a single mom who moves back to this coastal town in California after her mom dies to get their hair business more of a high profile and really get it going. Because before they were just kind of doing it at their house, but now they have a shop, a little mini warehouse room to do this, and so they're trying to make a go of it. And also on top of it, she's trying to figure out the mystery of who her dad is, because she's never known her whole life. So it's interesting. It didn't completely grab me from the first episode, so I will have to watch at least probably 2 to 3 more to really know. But I'm interested. It just wasn't like, oh my gosh, can't wait to the next one type of feeling. But I do
okay.
like her. Some of the actors aren't great. That's true. That's part of my hesitation. But I like where the story could be going. So I'm keeping an open mind.
Okay. All right. Well, I was camping last weekend, so I didn't watch a lot. However, I did start this new show called Midnight Mass, and I did watch a little bit more of it, and it's on Netflix, and it looks pretty dark. It's about the arrival of a very charismatic young priest who brings glorious miracles and ominous mysteries and renewed religious fervor to a dying town desperate to believe. And so, so far, so good. So far, so good. I'm enjoying that. The other one that I started was a documentary. It's called Monsters Inside. It's the 24 Faces of Billy Milligan. And this guy was charged with the rape of several women back in the 70s. But when they finally caught him, as they were interrogating him, he would kind of go into different personalities, and at that time they didn't have a name for multiple personality disorder. They didn't have anything like that, so they didn't know. So they did call in the doctor who treated Sybil. Remember her?
Yeah.
She had 16 personalities because she had seen it before, and she actually helped Sybil. So they called her, and she said, yeah, this is exactly what's going on with him. And a lot of, when people have these types of multiple personalities, it's caused by trauma in their childhood. And it's not just like sexual trauma, it's like torture trauma.
Oh, wow.
So this poor guy basically had been through hell when he was young. Anyway, so it's very fascinating. And I took psychology in school, so I remember learning about multiple personality disorder, and so I'm interested in it because of the progression of how it's gone over the years, and how they treat these types of personalities. And anyway, so I'm not quite done with that, but anyone who's interested in it, it's really good. In fact, James Cameron, who created Avatar, and also Leonardo DiCaprio wanted to do a movie about his life. So,
all right. So it may still happen.
It could. It very well could.
It could happen. So were you partaking in any type of liqueur or alcohol?
Well,
libations.
I did. I did over the weekend, but this was gin and tonics, and some Moscow Mules. I've become quite the connoisseur of both of those, but no wine, unfortunately. Now with things getting colder, I'm stocking up my wine, wine holder. So,
well, I just stuck to my normal Moscato, folks. Nothing new there. Didn't step outside my zone at all there. So. I did try though. Gosh, it was this really cool. It had Moscato in it, but it was a Moscato like fizz thing that we actually had when we went out to our book club dinner.
Oh,
I just can't remember what it was called, but it was like Moscato,
Asti,
peach syrup. I want to say it was Pellegrino, maybe. I don't know, but it was really good. So I stepped out a little bit of my zone, but Moscato obviously was the base.
Wow, you're growing up. You were just trying new things. I do have to say that I did try. I bought a bottle of Moscato, but it was an Asti, kind of like an Asti Spumante slash Moscato.
Okay.
And we put it in orange juice.
Oh.
And it made the best mimosa. So I highly recommend it. And it was barefoot.
Oh,
but it was really good. So, yeah, I would definitely you would like it.
Okay. I'll have to check it out. Now it's time for some movie trailer talk. So first up is Licorice Pizza, out November 26th with Bradley Cooper Hoffman, who is the late Philip Seymour Hoffman's son, and then Maya Rudolph from, Saturday Night Live. So this looks weird, but it's done by Paul Thomas Anderson, who we know does some weird stuff like the Royal Tenenbaums. But basically a coming of age drama.
Yeah.
Is how you clarify it. But I can't even tell
What's
the
his
time
face is in
period
it,
it's
too?
supposed to be.
Sean Penn.
Oh right, Sean Penn. So I can't even tell what It looks like it's the 70s, but maybe I'm just looking at it wrong. I don't know. I feel like I can't even pinpoint the time period.
Also
Anyway,
80s. Yeah, I don't know.
so it looks strange. I'm usually not a fan of Paul's movies, so I'm not on board with it as of now.
And it could be one of those that's really good, but as of right now, it's not really catching me either. No. It's this coming of age time period. It's like I'm way past that. So,
Which normally would be fine with me. I don't know. It just I wasn't feeling the vibe. It wasn't vibing with me.
Same here. Same.
So we'll see. And the other movie is Encanto. This is out November 24th and has the voices of Lin-Manuel Miranda, who also wrote the music in it, and I want to say he directed it as well. But Wilmer Valderrama from that 70s show, and also currently NCIS. And then we have Stephanie Beatrice, who is in the Heights. So this looks really cute. I love, music and musicals, and this is an animated Disney musical film. So I think it looks awesome, actually.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's going to be very popular. It reminds me of Coco.
Yes, you can see that, yes.
And just so colorful and just so cute. I think it'll do really well. I like it. I like what I've seen so far anyway.
Yeah, it does. And there's not many nowadays animated movies that even capture my interest, but this is definitely one of them.
Yes,
so
I agree.
I'm on board. So
I agree.
This and Sing 2, I will watch.
Oh, yeah, Sing 2. That looks so funny.
That's coming out later, so
yay. So November 24th, you'll have something to watch over the Thanksgiving holiday weekend.
That's right. And
after you come shopping.
That's true. You got to shop first. Get those Black Friday deals.
Well, that's all the time we have this week, folks. But thanks so much for listening. We had fun as usual, and we hope you enjoyed it as well. Please give us a review or a comment, because it really does help us out. And please follow us on Instagram at movies_munchies_moscato. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging.
Thank you, guys.